As I record this on the second night after the grand jury in Staten Island decided not to hand down an indictment against the officer involved in his death, I don't remember ever being as proud as a New Yorker. No, I'm not proud because of the Staten Island grand jury's decision. I'm proud because on this second night after that decision, thousands of people are not only in the streets of New York, but they're in the streets of New York almost entirely peacefully, almost entirely without demonstrations of the kind of violence and hate which we saw in Ferguson. Something amazing is happening here in the streets of New York, whether you agree with the Staten Island grand jury's decision or not, and it is almost certainly more complicated than either side understands. But here's what we can understand. Tonight, the citizens of New York are a living commentary by the thousands on a few verses in Leviticus chapter 19, often referred to as the Holiness Code. Do not stand idly by the blood of your brother, the Bible teaches. And that is exactly what people are refusing to do as they go into the streets. And again, you don't have to agree with them to appreciate that. That is the lifeblood, no pun intended, of democracy. They will not stand idle in the midst of what appears to be a crisis or even a miscarriage of justice potentially. But it goes on. Do not hate your kinsman in your heart. Do not hate your kinswoman in your heart. Instead, rebuke your fellow citizen. So don't hold the hate in, but go out and actually raise a voice of moral conscience if you are concerned about this, with two profound caveats. Number one, the Bible goes on, take no vengeance and bear no grudge. Can you imagine what it means to go out into the streets feeling a sense of miscarriage of justice, refusing to stand idly by, willing to offer words of rebuke against the authorities you think are miscarrying justice, and to do so with a commitment to no vengeance and no grudges. And finally, the passage ends to love your brother, love your sister, love your neighbor as yourself. And at the end of the day, what is going on in the streets of New York these nights, and what we will have to do as cities and towns and communities and as a nation, is understand that whatever divisions separate us, however we feel about what happened on that street corner in Staten Island, whether you think the cop is the villain or Eric Garner is a villain, or whether you think there are no villains but it's simply a moral tragedy, whatever you think, pick the guy you identify with more, and then remember that the one you identify with less is every bit as much your brother. When we fully internalize that message, there will be fewer such deaths, and actually will be closer to the city that I believe all people want to live in.